Welcome back, class. In this video, we're actually going to be installing Visual Studio Code. We're also going to configure Visual Studio Code for Selenium WebDriver Java Test Automation. And at some point, you may have to pause the video to see, what I'm doing or the extensions that I'm installing as well. Before we proceed, I want to say that it is very, very, very important to do this, follow the steps. If you have any issues, please reach out to our support team at support@chromatechacademy.com. Now, I know these videos are out there for you, really at no cost, just for you to learn. But this course is brought to you by Chroma Tech Academy, which is a fantastic, IT school, IT boot camp that trains, students how to become very good test automation engineers. And then towards the end of the class, towards the end of the course, we actually help students get, very well-paying jobs in the field, salaries in the US that can range anywhere from 80,000 USD all the way up to 130 USD, and in some cases even more as well. So if you're interested, please reach out to us, subscribe to our channel, and reach out to us with any inquiries. Visit our website, and we're always here for you. Okay. Anyway, the next thing I wanted to say is make sure that you actually take the time to actually write this code. Okay. Using Java Selenium is going to be very hands-on, and you're only going to get better if you're actually hands-on with it. It's a practical skill. And if you just, do what I'm going to do in the videos, if you write the exact same code, you're going to understand the concepts and everything like that. Okay. So first we need to install Visual Studio Code. You can actually visit this website here. The link will be provided to you. You can actually just go on Google and type in Visual Studio Code download. Now, if you have Windows, download the Windows version. If you have Mac, download for Mac. If you have Linux, Ubuntu and Debian, Red Hat, Fedora, this right here, you may not have a Linux operating system if you're using Selenium Java, but if you do, go ahead and download it. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that if you have a Windows, don't download the Mac one, or if you have a Mac, don't download the Windows or Linux. If you have a Mac, download Mac. If you have Windows, download Windows. If you have Linux, anything, download Linux. All right. So once you've downloaded Visual Studio Code, you go ahead and open Visual Studio Code. And if it's your first time opening VS Code, this is not my first time, but if it is, you may see a very similar window here to what I'm seeing here. It'll say something like Visual Studio Code, editing involved. I have some recent projects here because I've been using it already, but you may not have this if this is your first time using VS Code. You will see something like this though, and you will probably always see this when you open VS Code. But if you don't want to see it, you can just select this option here. It's up to you. This is just a tab. You can go ahead and close it. Now, if you go over to the top left here, if you hover over it, there's something that's called Explorer. If you go ahead and click on this, you see three options here. If you go ahead and minimize it, it's actually called the No Folder Opened tab here. And if you expand it, you have three options. You can open a folder, you can clone a repository, or you can create a Java project. Now, if you don't have this right here, okay, that's because we need to install some extensions. I also forgot to mention this earlier in the video. The best way to follow these videos is to watch the videos first, and then once you watch the videos first, write down your notes, take down any notes, pause the video, just listen to what I'm saying, and then rewatch the videos, and then you can follow the exact steps. I don't want you to panic just because you don't see this option here. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. It just means that we need to install some extensions. So on the left hand side, where you see this little square with this little extra square kind of broken here, it's actually called extensions. Go ahead and click on it, and here you can actually search extensions. I'm going to expand this to the right a little bit like this. Now I also want to say that my VS Code looks black, it's dark. because I've customized it like this. That's another benefit of VS Code. You can customize it. You can search up different themes. I'll actually show you how to do that in just a second. But if your color is different, don't worry. That doesn't mean anything. I just chose dark. I just thought it looks cool, kind of, fits me. But, do whatever you want to do. Okay. So here you will see that you have a search bar here. And you can see my extensions that have been installed. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this so I can minimize the recommended tab so we don't get confused. I'm going to go ahead and open the installed one again. And go ahead and take the time to just install all of these extensions. We have the Cucumber Gherkin full support here. Go ahead and show you guys this. Now, when you guys search up an extension, just click on it and just click install. That's all you have to do. It's actually going to happen very fast. Go ahead and install, debugger for Java as well. Okay. Go ahead and search up dependency analytics. Now, I've used Eclipse before. You don't need this, but if you can install this, please go ahead and do so, because the Eclipse key map will allow you to use some Eclipse keyboard shortcuts. If you have used Eclipse previously, for example, like when you format your code with Eclipse, you usually use Control-Shift-F for Windows, or you use Command-Shift-F for Mac. If we install this, we can do this with VS Code as well. Go ahead and install this Eclipse new Java project if you want. It's not mandatory, but I've used Eclipse before, so sometimes to emulate the new project button in Eclipse is helpful. Go ahead and install this extension pack for Java, okay, IntelliCode as well, language support for Java by Red Hat. Now, I do remember that if you install the extension pack for Java, there's going to be other extensions that are going to be automatically installed with this. So, for example, I believe Maven for Java is probably one of those extensions. If you see that it says uninstalled, that means it was already installed. So don't panic. This is the theme I was talking about. I just downloaded some pitch black theme. I wanted my ID to be dark. For me, it's easier on the eyes, but for you, it could be different. Sometimes that white color or the bright color is a little too strong. Go ahead and change it. Again, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy, go ahead and do it. Project Manager for Java. This is actually also an extension that is installed with the extension pack for Java. You can actually see it has a number 6 here, indicating that 6 other extensions would be installed. Again, if it says uninstall, that means it has been installed. Don't uninstall it. We have Red Hat Commons here. We have Test Runner for Java. Here goes another, I was just playing around with this. There's a Dark Knight theme you can install if you want. If you like Batman, go ahead. There's XML here, language support by Red Hat. Now, once you've installed all of these, okay, you should be pretty much good to go. Now, you're probably questioning like Cucumber. Yes, Cucumber. We're actually going to be using Cucumber in the later videos. We're going to create a very robust and dynamic test automation using Cucumber. It's going to be really, really good, and I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy it. Okay. Now, if you want to look up other themes, just type in themes here, and you'll see that you'll have all these other themes, different colors, different creators. I believe, like for example, look at this cool one, hacker style theme here. Go ahead and play around with this if you want. I don't know, if you like Game of Thrones, maybe they have something related to Game of Thrones, and it looks like they kind of do, maybe. I don't know. You just go ahead and play with it. Maybe some Harry Potter stuff. I don't know. Go ahead and have fun with this as well. Okay. But most importantly, just make sure that you have all of these extensions installed. And once you do, then in the next video, we'll create our first Maven project together. Okay. See you in the next video.